What's up, guys? Mason the Brock Henderson here, and this is NCIS Season 14, Episode 13, Keep Going. And I don't know if, how many people are going to watch this video or anything, but for those of you who do watch my videos, I don't know what you believe in. I don't know if you believe in a higher power, I don't know if you believe in the universe or whatever. But me personally, I am a Christian, and I do believe that everything does happen for a reason. And I cannot tell you how needed this episode of NCIS was right now. I want to provide some context because I looked on IMDb for this, and the episode was rated 9.3, so I'm like, okay, this is probably going to be really, really good then. Because most NCIS episodes nowadays are rated like, if it's rated above an 8, it's probably going to be a good episode. Anything else, even if it's a generally average episode that I still enjoy, most of them are rated below an 8.0. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm just like, okay, so what's gonna happen? And as I'm watching it, it just hits home with me. And I feel like probably parts of it hit home with a lot of people because, I mean, one of the things it talks about near the end is how much hate there is in the world right now. And I mean, you can't get on Facebook without seeing somebody who's either pro-Trump or anti-Trump just spewing hate towards the other side. And it really is despicable to see all of this. And so this episode just came at the perfect time for that. But then on top of that, I mean, my life right now isn't going the way I really want it to. And so to hear that phrase, if you're going through hell, just keep going, it really struck a chord with me. So I'm going to have some goggles on for this one that are probably going to make me praise it really, really high above what, it's probably going to be praised by most people. But for me, it feels like it deserves above a 10.0 just because of how much it means to me and how just perfectly timed this moral comes through for me. But anyway, let's talk about it. First of all, just the fact that it's a Jimmy episode. There need to be more Jimmy episodes. I don't think he's been in the past couple episodes. I don't know if he's got like another show that he's doing or something else that he's been working on, but he really hasn't been involved in this season as much as pretty much at all. Like most of the time you'll see him little cameo working with Ducky or something like that. Well, he hasn't been here. I don't know where he's been. So yeah, it was kind of nice to see him back in, and not just back in for a quick minute cameo. He's actually back in for the whole episode, and we just get so much. I don't know, it's not even development or depth on Jimmy. It's not like any of this opened my eyes to who Jimmy is. It's just Jimmy being Jimmy. Like that's enough for me. Like he's such a good and well written character. Everything he's been through, from finding this one chick who's super hot but also into the same thing he's into, and so everybody, he got made fun of at first because everybody thought, oh, he doesn't deserve a girl like her, and then they find out that she's actually kind of weird, even though she's really hot, and then they end up getting married, and then they try to adopt, and then they can't adopt, and then they still have a kid anyway, and he's been on such a long road, and he's been one of those kind of unspoken members of the team for a very, very long time. Like I remember vaguely Dr. Mallard's original assistant, and the stuff he had to go through, the stuff that happened with what's his name, Ziva's, I think, brother. All of this stuff that happened with him, he was in and then gone so quickly, and then Jimmy came in, and he just started to grow, and he had so many. He had these little stories just popping up every now and then, but he never really became like one of the main characters. And so just to see him get the spotlight for this episode is so good. And they do such a good job with it too. The premise is really interesting. This kid wants to jump off a building because he and his dad were having an argument, and then his dad walks across the street to go to an ATM. He gets hit by a car, and so this kid feels like he's got nothing to live for anymore. And so he's ready to jump. And so Jimmy, without even thinking, just runs up there and instantly, just like I said, without thinking, just goes there and grabs the kid and makes sure he can't jump. And I will say it is a little bit coincidental that this kid just happened to be kind-hearted enough to the point where he wasn't going to jump if it meant Jimmy was coming with him. So that was a little coincidental. It worked out for Jimmy, but it did make sense why at the end of the episode. You know, he wasn't a terrible person. You know, there's one point where he tries to, like, he elbows Jimmy in the stomach and tries to get away so he can jump without Jimmy coming with him, but Jimmy ends up kind of falling off and catching himself. And so instead of jumping, he rushes and helps Jimmy back up on the edge. So you can see that this kid is just in a rough place right now, but Jimmy's not letting him go anywhere. You know, he is dead set on making sure this kid does not jump off. And so that's pretty much the entire episode. It's just them up on the ledge. The stuff with his dad, I kind of figured it was going to turn into kind of a mystery, just because it's NCIS, so it wouldn't just be an accidental death. And we find out, you know, it wasn't an accident, but I do like the fact that it wasn't something personally motivated. You know, like, it wasn't that there's this commander that, oh, he has the same black SUV, maybe it's him. It turns out to just be this guy who got cut off at an intersection and got about it, and he just happened to be kind of, he's not really a psychopath, I don't think, but he did have a lot of history with road rage and vehicular incidents. And so it just turned out to be a guy who, just in this one moment, wrong place, wrong time, gets cut off, gets really pissed off, is like, I'm gonna go hit that guy with my car. It's just bad luck, you know, and it happens sometimes. It's not always something personally motivated where this person planned to kill this person because of this and this reason. So I like the fact that it wasn't so much focused on the mystery of finding out who did it, more focused on what the real story was, which was Jimmy trying to talk this kid down from the ledge. And so all of this is going on. We see Jimmy just reliving some of the stuff happening in the past, which does have me a little bit worried, because most of the time whenever we have episodes like this, normally it means that that character's gone soon. And we do find out at the end of this episode, apparently Jimmy is actually a doctor now. Like, he took the doctor's exam, failed twice, but he passed on the third one with flying colors, but didn't tell anybody. And of course they hear through the microphone. But so now that he's a doctor, it's kind of like, where is he gonna stay? He says he wants to. Like, he says he doesn't want to mess up the team dynamic. So it kind of is feeling like he's not going anywhere. But at the same time, the fact that they showed all of these flashbacks with him and the team and what they've been through together, it kind of makes me worried that Jimmy won't be on the show much longer. And yeah, that is kind of worrisome, because I like Jimmy. He's a good guy. He's probably one of the few normal ones on the team that you can kind of relate to. So yeah, not sure where that's going, but all of that is going on up on the ledge, and we have these moments with the team where you kind of get connected to them, and that's pretty much been what's keeping the show running for 14 seasons now. Is the team is really, really easy to connect to. Like, you get invested in them. You want to know what's going on in their lives. There are times whenever there was something going on with one of the team members in their lives that I actually cared more about that than whatever case they were trying to solve for that episode. And like McGee and Delilah, all the stuff going on with them, I actually care about that a bit more than I do about, oh, this random case, somebody died. Nah. they'll solve it at the end. So yeah, I think it's brilliant to have an episode like this, especially, like I said, the moral of it fits so well with everything going on in the world right now, all the hate being spread. This is the perfect episode to kind of say, you gotta look past that. You gotta look past the hate. You gotta look past all the people, even if it may be hard. You know, every time I log on to Facebook, all I see is that. But if you manage to kind of get past that stuff, if you manage to pick out the stuff that does matter, it helps you move on. It helps you keep going, even in this crazy world. And I mean, that ending was it was perfect. You see Jimmy freaking out because he realizes Gibbs heard everything he said, and he's like, I'm sorry, I overstepped my boundaries, but then just Gibb pulls him in. And it's a touching moment. It was a really, really touching moment at the end. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about this episode. I mean, it was, as good as it was very simple. It was, you know what to expect, you know exactly what they're going to do, but they do it so well that it's very, very, it's enjoyable. It's fun to watch. It gets you at your heartstrings. I feel better now. So, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. What did you like and dislike about this episode? Let me know, we can talk about and discuss all that good stuff. Leave a like and subscribe for future NCIS reviews, and I'll see you at the next one. Peace out.